Really nice and peaceful place this. The people around there were really friendly. Stop and talk, wonder what I'm doing, what photography I take, what music I put on my videos, so that's really nice. So it was a good idea to travel a little further away today. Kind of cool. It's all over the place. I got some light on the mountain. Now you can see here. Maybe I can get a nice composition here. Fill the frame a little bit with the trees that are around. But I must say this area is really nice. Little beach, a very little beach for the kids. You don't need more. Nice sitting area. They actually put flowers on. So I'm definitely going back here. But always when I go on new spots like this, the first time it's mostly recon hike to see what's what and make a plan in my head for the next time. Like this one, if there is a sunset, I know I can, okay, I have that tree lying there, nice composition. Over there, where I was in the beginning, I haven't come far in these 2 hours I've been here. There's a bench, there's a nice composition if I have people with me, if I want to do some model photo shoots. There's so much here. If you just use your eyes, as I said in the last video, don't only use the viewfinder here and look around. Use your eyes, and if you see something that catches your interest, like that composition over there, take a picture, try, and as I said, see when you get home on the monitor if it's anything you want to develop or do some more basic editing on. Yeah, let's move on. I've been talking a little bit about filling the frame when you are doing photography, and if you see here, you got this stuff here coming out, and if I go out here, the frame is pretty naked. You just have the tree and you have the bench. But if you go in here, behind the bushes, I'm getting really hard flashbacks to Thailand. One of my exploration videos. Such a steep hill upwards, up to the temple. I need to find a spot so I can eat something. Oh, my blood sugar is really low now. I need to eat something. Got some Greek yogurt with some chocolate in, so it's gonna raise my blood sugar so I can be a happy fellow again. And my plan was actually to make a POV video today, but I need to practice my video talking, or making videos where I talk and interact with you guys. And why not? If you don't like it, you don't like it. At least I tried. My plan is to stay here until the sunset today and do some sunset photography out over the lake that I've shown you in the other pictures, and hopefully it stays like this, blue with a little cloudy skies. That can make a nice composition. And now I'm just gonna eat, get my blood sugar up, and see if we can find something else to photograph. I think it's time to take the ND filter out of the bag and try to capture this in some sort of low shutter, smooth look photography. Yeah. I really like the view up there. If you see, looks like it's a steps up. There is some opportunities here. I just need to get down to the other side. Yeah. Okay. Follow this trail a little bit. See if it's easier up here. I think I can get a nice photo here, I think. Because I can get out here. And I think I'm gonna prepare everything on the rocks here. Yeah. The plan is to use the tripod, put the camera on it, and then I need to take the filter out. Where did I put it? Here. This is a ND filter. Very good when you're going to take pictures of lakes and creeks and stuff like this. Anyone who doesn't think that it's good exercise being a photographer, they need to rethink. Balance, quick thinking, cardio. Finally, I found a nice spot for my tripod and my camera. I put on my ND filter. It's a ND64 from Benro, and it's actually my first time trying it in a scenery like this today. So let's hope we can get a nice photo. The settings I'm going to use is f8. I want sharpness all the way, and the ISO, that's just going to be what it's going to be. It's not so important like a primary setting. You decide if you want shallow depth of field or if you want sharpness all the way through, from f8 till f16, something like that. And then you set the shutter as low as you want it. Sometimes you need to try a couple of times to decide how creamy you want the photo. So I'm going to stop yabbing away. Let's take a photo and see how this setting goes. 2 seconds and a 2-second delay. Now it's taking the photo, and this is the result. It was not the easiest place to take photos because it's so bumpy and there are trees over the river or the creek. I wish this here would be gone, and yeah, I can't talk and think at the same time, I figured out now. I need to find another spot, and I'm back when I've found a new spot. I've relocated a little bit further down, and I'm going to try to take a photo of this little area here, and see if the camera is in the way. This area here. When you do photos like this, it's important to take photos, of course it's taste, but pick out an area where there is a lot of movement. If you take like this area here, you're not going to get so much movement because it's pretty clear, but over there you can see there is a little white and stuff like that all over, and that's gonna make an impression in the composition. So I'm gonna put up a couple of photos, and here they are. Oh. One of the things that I look for when I'm out doing my photography, or synergy, or lines or curves that makes a certain pattern that triggers me. And the trees here are kind of in a straight line, and that can make a nice photography. I'm gonna try to make a composition out of this. If this is the picture, here it is. I found an interesting composition up there. If you see that old tree there, the branches laying down, old, deteriorating, the colors and a little bit of light hitting it. So I'm gonna try to take a photo of it, and if it's any good, here it is. I hope some of the things that I'm talking about in this video make sense. I'm not a professional photographer, I'm self-taught, so I just express myself how I think when I'm out doing my photography. So let's move on. It's a lot of noise now. One of the things that's annoying when you're making a video, but you just have to accept it. Go away. Oh, airplane. I think it looks kind of nice with the tree over the river there, and I'm gonna try to get that in the top frame, and I'm gonna try to get some of the grass here going up from the ground on the lower ground of the composition. So if the photos are anything, here they are. Okay, down here can be a nice composition. You see the tree that goes out into the water. That can be like the upper frame, and then the bushes around here can be the foreground or the lower frame. So we're gonna try to make a composition out of that. Let's see. Not sure if you can see the screen here, but now I've filled the frame here on the lower part, and I filled the frame on the upper part, and then you have the reflection in the center. Hopefully you can see it on the screen. So that's the idea of this photo. So if it's any nice, here it is. I think this is a perfect time to end the video with the perfect background, and it's almost 9 o'clock in the evening. I've been out for 9 hours, and still I need to drive back home, and that's 1.5 hour drive. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope there were some tips in there, and please leave a comment and maybe like the video if you found the video interesting, and subscribe if you feel that you want to do that. So until next time, my name is Chris, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.